While I know this is primarily a Transformer channel, I am a geek of many loves, and every now and then I just have to talk something else besides robots in disguise, especially when something this cool drops. We have got the official announcement for the Generation 9 Pokemon games, Scarlet and Violet, which is an interesting choice. And I'll get to that in a bit. I want to talk this. I want to talk this so bad. I woke up to this news today, and this was just like all over the place already, and everyone's already going nuts over the new starters. Super cool. So, just as a preface it here, just to preface this, I liked Sword and Shield. I feel like most of the people who were upset over the way Sword and Shield turned out got themselves hyped up for the idea of an open world Pokemon game when that was not what was announced or promised. We weren't promised a revamped battle system. We weren't promised, open field, like an entire open world. If you really expected a Pokemon game to jump that far ahead, between generations, you haven't been playing Pokemon very long. Because Pokemon never takes big jumps. They are comfortable in their, in their like gridded out turn-based RPG and all that style. And they weren't going to do anything too drastic that fast. We saw baby steps to see, and that's Game Freak deciding how far they can go and how fans are going to respond to it. So Sword and Shield gave us, the wild areas where we could roam around and we could see Pokemon out in the field. And now we have Arceus, which everyone wants that to be like the basis for how new Pokemon games work. I feel like I want more games like Arceus in different time periods in the Pokemon universe. Show us like the big events that we heard about in past Pokemon games, so we can not only be involved with it and witness it, but also see the after effects and uh, play through how it changed, the Pokemon world. Also, like I love the idea in Arceus that it's a time before Pokemon were really tame or really cooperated with humanity so much, so they were dangerous. They were wild. People were afraid of them, and and rightfully so. It's a little cat that can electrocute you. It's a tiny lizard that can set you on fire. The Pokemon world should be scary, at least theoretically. So I actually like that, and I feel like if they take the Arceus style and make that the main gameplay, then you lose the ability to go back and make anything like special out of those games. You know, there's part of me that almost wanted the Legends thing to be like a side Pokemon game, and then the next gen to still be similar to Sword and Shield, turn-based. Catch Pokemon at in a battle instead of on the field, etc., etc. And also, Arceus is fantastic, but it's not perfect. And for like a long experience, like a Pokemon game is an RPG. It's supposed to be like JRPG feeling. So, 8 gyms, your Pokemon League, and your trainer, and then all your post game adventuring. You're talking about a very long game. It's very hard to make an open world game last that long, especially when you have things like in Arceus. You can break the game pretty quick by just capturing alpha Pokemon or just like using your ride Pokemon to break the area that you're able to get to in order to catch far stronger Pokemon or just beat far stronger Pokemon and like power level all your Pokemon. There's things in Arceus I don't think would work in a mainline game, but they are promising an open world game. The Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet games, the newest chapters in the Pokemon series, are coming to Nintendo Switch later this year. With these new titles, the Pokemon series takes a new evolutionary step, allowing you to explore freely in a richly expressed open world. Now, video game companies know what open world means, and they know the expectations there are when you say it's an open world game. Game Freak has had a history of like maybe not quite living up to things like that with like the wild areas, for instance, because that's open world in a small piece of the world. It's not quite what we were after. We're after something more like Arceus, which is kind of Monster Hunter in style. You have a hub world, and then you can warp to all these other areas that are open world, but you're still technically in that one area. So proper open world or hub based, that we don't know yet. That I'm curious about. What I'm really curious about here is pacing. because pacing in open world games is super tricky, and Pokemon kind of depends on the pacing being set to a proper point. You look with like Breath of the Wild, which is like pure open world. You can go straight to Ganon and fight him, and it's nigh impossible, but people have done it. People can beat the game in like 15 minutes. That's a thing that you can do. And that's proper open world experience. Now, are you going to get that out of Pokemon? I don't know. Are we even going to... It opens up like questions because Arceus is like 240 Pokemon across 5, technically 6 areas. That's for a Pokemon game. It feels small-ish. You would expect like exploring an entire country in a Pokemon world. So this, I'm not quite sure how we're gonna get like 8 gyms championship post game, unless it's like a radically different concept. If this is like a completely different play pattern, we're not after badges, and we're not in a Pokemon league. There'll be a Pokemon league, of course there will, but. So, the blur below says like various towns blend seamlessly into the wilderness with no borders, which tells me that you go straight from the wild which tells me that there's a town that if I can move in any direction through that town. Like if I want to walk out of a town from the northwest, I can. If I want to walk out from the southeast or just the south, I can. You just have like a wild area where Pokemon are sectioned off in different areas, and then towns set up just smack dab in the middle of them with no proper borders. That would indicate a seamless experience when you're playing the game, which would be awesome. I mean, if that's actually how it plays out, that would be really, really cool. I'm not sure if that's possible. I mean, sure, it's possible, but the way Pokemon is structured, I'm not quite sure if that'll work. But then Arceus does it. Arceus comes so close. I'm like, maybe that would. I don't know. But it's exciting to think about. One thing about this is the graphics do look really, really nice. I say that. I'm looking at this road texture here on this screenshot, and that looks a little bit rough. But yeah, like the area, like the detail and the areas look absolutely huge. If this actually is open world and I can just walk from one point to another, that would be amazing. That would be absolutely amazing. If Arceus was just a small slice of what Crimson and Violet or Scarlet and Violet are going to be, that would be so cool. That'd be a super exciting Pokemon game, but I'm not sure what they're gonna. Now, I will note, apparently this area is based on Spain, because we have a villa down here, which I can definitely see it. It still says battle against wild Pokemon in order to catch them, which makes me feel like it's more Sword and Shield wild area based combat, and not the like catch anywhere you want, which is what was so fun about Arceus. I feel like Arceus. I feel like the wild areas were the experiment point to see if Arceus would work, and I feel like Arceus is the experiment to see if a new style in Gen 9 would work. But this is coming out so soon after Arceus that there really isn't that time to gauge that. They would have been they've been working on this since Sword and Shield launched. I'm not. Yeah. So again, I'm trying to gauge it. I'm trying to figure out what is going on. Everyone, of course, when a new Pokemon game is launched, everyone goes nuts over the new starters. It's an interesting mix. It's an interesting mix because there's no new animals mixed in. We've had duck, croc, and cat Pokemon before. I think we've got enough cat Pokemon. You could just be like a crazy cat lady in Pokemon now, and with a completely diverse team. This is going to be fun trying to figure out how to pronounce these for a long time, isn't it? Sprigatito, I'm going with. Cute little grass cat. Fuecoco. I hope I'm getting that right. Little fire croc. Yeah, it was literally called Fire Croc. And then Quaxley, which is a fun little name. Okay. kind of love all three of these starters. This is gonna be one of those where like Final Evolution is gonna play me. I'm interested in like because like we had Litten and now Sprigatito, which like Litten is like an evil Sprigatito. This is like the light side universe Litten. I'm curious how the final evolution is going to be different enough from like Incineroar. Like I almost wanted to remain like a quadruped, just so it feels different. Similarly, I wouldn't mind if Fuecoco was also a quadruped, because we have two Gator Pokemon between Sandile and Totodile that have two stages of evolution. So I'm now trying to decide if I wanted to remain on fours or actually stand up and just be like a T-Rex kind of. Man, Quaxley. I have no idea where Quaxley's going. I kind of dig the beret looking hat though. Like Quaxley looks super cute. Um, this is gonna be hard. This is gonna be one of the. It's been a long time since I saw a Pokemon game where I could not decide which one of the starters. I was kind of that way with Sword and Shield, and I kind of wish I had picked Score Bunny instead of Sobble. But this one is going to be challenging. I will have to see final evolutions before I make a decision. Everyone is also guessing what the type mix is going to be when they fully evolve. No clue. No clue from what we are seeing here. I've seen Grass Fairy, which would be interesting. I've seen Fire Dragon. I don't think you're going to see a Dragon type come from a starter, because dragons are a lot more common in Pokemon now, but they're still on the more powerful side of the scale. And then Quaxley. Mm, I mean, water flying would be too obvious, right? Right. So I feel like it has to. Feel like it has to go beyond that. I don't know. They are an interesting interesting trio. I'm looking forward to seeing a little bit more. The earnest and tidy duckling Pokemon, the laid back fire croc Pokemon that does things at his own pace, uh, the capricious attention seeking grass cat Pokemon. All right, so very 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 much a different tone character wise to the previous ones of the same animal type. And then we got main character reveals. Now, main character reveals just really aren't that special in Pokemon anymore, because you have such range of options when you start. Skin tones and hair color and hairstyle, and then later on you're going to get more hairstyles, more hair colors, a lot more clothing options. It really, if Pokemon's going to take a step further, what I'd love to see from now on is just give me a character creator suite at the start of the game. Not all of this like, oh, buy your outfit nonsense. So this, oh, you only get your choice of 4 skin tones when you start. Just give me a slider. Give me a slider so I can just pick whatever skin tone I want. Give me like as many hair and color options as possible. Japanese games with character creator suites are very strange about that. They give you like a very limited amount of options. They tend to give you a very limited amount of options at first. I was like that with Dragon Ball Xenoverse, where there were so many things I wanted to do with the character creation, and I felt like some of it was like really open, and then some of it was like airtight. I hate that. I feel like okay, fine, give me more. Okay, fine, outfits can be resin, but like I kind of want to just play, the way I don't want to wait until the game's almost over to have my character dressed the way I look. That's what happened in Arceus. I have my ninja outfit now, but I had to almost beat the entire game in order to get the ninja outfit. All right, so that's all we have so far. So that's what we get to speculate on and get little tips and tidbits from throughout the year. It's coming out at the end of the year, which puts it on pace to be about 3 years after Sword and Shield's release. So that's about right. Pokemon gens take about 3 years. We didn't get like a upgrade game, or like we didn't get like a special version for Sword and Shield. So it feels like it's newer than it really is. Man, I'm not showing the trailer because like you can go watch the trailer. The areas look beautiful. Like the close up textures still need work. I think Game Freak, as long like I think the hope here is that they learn from Arceus how to handle an open world. And not only is this seamless, where you just walk from one area to the next and there's no loading screen, there's no hub world, there's no uh like, well, fast travel, of course there is, but like I mean like fast travel where there's like whole sections you just skip through because it's too long to walk or something. Um, I hope it does handle better, because like the one flaw I think really Arceus has is they were not sure how to handle open world areas. There's a lot of pop in, a lot of like a lot of temporary models. Like the way games work is like if you're super far away from something, it'll load in like a super simple model, and then as you get close, it'll progressively load in better ones. Arceus does that too, but you get so close up to some of them without them changing to a better one that it gets really, really weird looking. Hopefully they fixed a lot of that, because I've seen games on the Switch that handle it much, much better. But no, it's always super exciting. Like a new Pokemon launch is always super exciting. And I feel like if this really is like a big step in the gameplay of Pokemon, if we are breaking out of the original format of exploring the world and encountering Pokemon and catching Pokemon, and we are going for like full on open world that Arceus gave us a taste of, I feel like it's appropriate that we are back to simple colors. Scarlet, Violet. It's not Sword and Shield, it's not Sun and Moon. Scarlet, Violet. It's been a long time. It's been like since Black and White, since we've just gotten just straight up colors as the name of the Pokemon game. And again, like we can pick it apart. We can do like that, like with a we can do like a thumbnail with like a magnifying glass, and we like just stare at one spot, and I can put red arrows pointing to it like a typical typical YouTuber. But you could start picking apart like the texture on the lettering and the colorations, and start picking out clues as to what the legendaries are going to look like. That all comes later. I'm sure the big legendaries are going to be the next things we see. But for now, that's going to be my thoughts here. I just want to get this out in the world because I know a million people are going to ask. Yes, I'm excited for this. If this is anything like Arceus but bigger, if this is like Arceus gameplay with the size of an actual like a normal Pokemon game, this is going to be amazing. This is going to be amazing. And the like, if Arceus was close to what we've always been asking for a modern Pokemon game, this is going to take it over the top. I would only question, like, are we sure we still need 2 versions? Like, that's, like, are we past that? Like, I feel like one of the best things about Arceus is that you can just catch everything yourself. I mean, it's a encapsulated experience. You're not, like, trading with friends nearly as much, but I find I still am. So who knows? I know. I think this might be a little bit dated. But that's my thought. That's literally everything. I'm gonna stop now, and I'm gonna leave it to you. What do you think? Are we excited for this one? Do you think it's going to be actual open world, or Game Freak exaggerating open world? Because I feel like they're not going to use that phrase unless they actually mean it, because they know what it stands for. They're not like, I don't think they're going to raise false hopes or anything. But that's what I got. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned. Still on these daily videos, still going. And yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys for everything. Guys, I am facing the most powerful enemy any YouTuber can face, the algorithm, and I need your help to defeat him. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. Every time you do, we attack that algorithm and we drive it back until it can no longer defeat this channel. Thank you very much.